Howdy, howdy, everyone. I hope y'all doing all right. And welcome to the stream. Today we're going to be designing the player. Finally, I've been doing enough environmental art. It's about time we get to start getting the player and some entities and stuff. That's what we're going to be focusing on here for a while. Welcome to the stream, Derek. Nice to see you here. Howdy, Nikki. Now, we're probably going to do a few iterations on the player. I have a few ideas. Let me go over what I've been doing first, though. I've been mainly focusing on the mapping stuff because I want to see what I've done a lot of art, like environmental art, because that's what I've been in the mood for doing, and I haven't really tested it out first. So this, I've been playing around with tiled, learning it, how it works, and trying to figure out how to make maps with it and stuff. And I finally figured it out. It's decent. So some of these are broken because they're outdated, but this is what the cliffs are going to look like. Pretty proud of these. I think I like where it's going. Hello. Let me find my pen. Oh yeah. So what I've been trying to do with this is try to make it so that I can easily sketch things. I'm gonna break some things in the process though. But like, say with the terrain here, I want to be able to just be like, bring that down. This one as well. What I'm gonna show you these auto mapping stuff that I've been working on, and so I'll be able to like. And it's not working. Oh well. Anyhow, I don't know why it's not working. Oh wait, no, I know why. That. So yeah, I've been working on getting this going to where I can just easily draw stuff. And then, so where it auto builds this stuff to make my life a whole lot easier. So yeah, so that's what I've been doing this week. Doing that and drawing some more tile sets and stuff. Stream Barely is telling, and Nightbot's already having to work. Yeah, it gets to work pretty quickly. How are y'all doing now? So, now that we have all this mapping and stuff done, and I've got an idea of how the environment's probably going to look like. By the way, I'm be adding, or the reason I'm doing this mapping this way is because I want to add a bit of depth to it. Whereas with Zoonicur Stream, everything is a little bit flat. I want to add some like ledges and some ramps and stairs and all that fun stuff. So, that's what I'll get to play with this, and I'm excited for. And since I'm learning all this, I'll be able to move this over into Zoonicur Streamer, which is what I wanted to do. I just didn't have time for it in the demo. So your game is going to have a character. That's a weird idea. Yeah, it's going to have. I have a couple ideas which we're going to go through with. It might have multiple characters because, like, say, Enter the Gungeon, where you have a few options. Possible, not for the demo, of course, but like possible for those that. For those that have unaware for the past few streams, I'm doing a 90-day jam. But what I'm thinking of doing is having the demo released on the 90 days and then continuing development for a while after that. So one of the ideas I'm thinking of doing is making a few characters and letting you pick from it. Because the player isn't so important in the game is based on Zona Christian. It's more about the world and stuff like that. So we're going to figure out what we want to do today. I have a few ideas. I'm going to discuss it with y'all, see what y'all want to do, and then we'll get started. So we'll go ahead and get started with that. Yes. So, so that's the Cliff stuff I've been working on. Very happy with it. And we're going to pull up some of this other stuff so we can get an idea of how things look. And then we'll get started. One thing I'm thinking of, I don't have a lot of strong ideas. Just some stuff I've been tossing around myself. And I'm thinking I want to go maybe like a alcohol now. And I do this a lot. And I swear it's not intentional. I'm thinking maybe like a bald guy with a beard. Maybe it doesn't have to be bald. But I'm thinking I do want to give him a big old beard. Just because it'll be fun. Mero and ED distracted you into a 100-day deadline? No. I only play ED like on Sundays and then like a couple hours at the end of the day. Like, I'm typically what I try to do with my schedule is I try to give myself a couple hours at the end of the day for relaxation and just to reset and everything like that. ED hasn't really taken up that much more time. So I've just, instead of watching YouTube or anything, I've been playing ED. Will he have ears? Probably not. Most likely not. Especially with the small characters. I never tend to bother with that. What is this? This is what I was doing with the water, so I'm going to get rid of that. So it's distracting. Boop. Never mind. I thought I was going to. And did I lock it? I locked it. No, I didn't. Why are you doing this? Wait, no. You're the wrong one. Hold on. Gotta find out where I put that. There we go. I don't know why it's there though. But yeah. Okay. So we're gonna get started. I have a few, and then we have the ideas like maybe a mole kind of character. Might play around with that. Just doing. What is this 90-day jam that I see? This is So, I started a 90-day jam probably about a month ago. So, we're about a month into it now. Which, I'm a little far behind schedule. I did a lot more art than I expected I did. And so, yeah, I'm doing that as a sort of like prequel to Zoe and the Cursed Dreamer. To, one, sort of help with funding and stuff like that. I'm going to release it as a commercial game to try and fund the bigger project, which didn't fund on Kickstarter. So, we're going to create this, which is a sort of top-down exploration-esque combat-focused game. It's not going to be an RPG like Zoe and the Cursed Dreamer. It's going to take mostly the combat elements of Zoe and the Cursed Dreamer and turn them into a sort of Metroidvania-ish kind of game. Like, imagine like Legend of Zelda if it were a roguelike. Legend of Zelda if it were a Metroidvania. Like a single dungeon, not so much focused on puzzles, just combat and exploration. That's what we're doing. Today I'm going to show you how I disengaging the player. Hello and welcome to the game endeavor. Yeah, you saying I'm boring it. That's funny. It's a funny way to do it. Well, the characters have different ability stats. They're like the different. If we do different players, then yes, probably they'll probably have different pros and cons to them, more than likely. Using Zoe combat is an excellent plan. I think so, because that was the thing that people really seemed to enjoy about it was the combat. So we're going to take we're basically going to take a game and make a game focused on that. It's going to be a smaller game because Zoe and the Cursed Dreamer is a large scope game. It's going to take several years, and since the Kickstarter getting funded, like I can't just work on it all the time and not for like 3 years and not get funding for it. So this we're going to do a smaller game. It'll take less than a year to make. And I really want to play your It Looks Sick. Keep going. I love it, and you're my idol. Well, that's good to hear. Thank you. I really like the building aspect of the game. I saw you implemented not long ago. Will you ever make a tutorial on it for any chance? I don't do tutorials anymore, so not likely. So let's get started with this. Oops. Okay. So with the player, I do think we're going to do a few schedules. We might go through a few things. Like this will be the designing phase. Some of these we may use these, we may not. It's all figuring out what we're going to be doing. So like I said, let me pull up the grid as well because I want to have an idea for how big the player is in the world. And it's probably going to be about the same size as the regular player, which let me go ahead and grab. Oh wait, no, I should have here. Yeah, he's already here, thankfully. He'll be out of color, so expect that. Oops. There. Because I'm using a an index color set or color image, whatever. I see. Nonetheless, really enjoy these devlogs. Thank you. Yeah. Well, yes, it's different. It's different, but it's the same at the same time. Like I'm using a lot of the Zoe and a Curse Streamer code just to make a smaller game. It's basically what's happening. And then later on, I'm going to make the full game, like Zoe and a Curse Streamer. It'll have all the RPG elements and everything. So now with these characters, I also want to do. I'm going to be doing. I don't really like the side to side, but with it being a smaller game, it'll be easier for me to do art. I'm thinking of doing sort of this. We have these. So I have the 3/4 turn like I normally do here, but I'm also going to do a front-facing turn. Now, when we draw these characters, we have to make sure that they look good in a front-facing sprite. Now, these two are just the others, like just the silhouette of the front and quarter turns, just with a different art style. So they're easy to do usually. Finally here on time. Look at you. Welcome. I'm just getting ready to start drawing too. You missed the intro, but you're still here for the drawing. Why the character is not the bear? The bear could. We talked about the bear being in a thing. We talked in the last stream. We talked about the sock puppeteer, and maybe him having a thing for stuffed animals, and so the bear could be in that. But the main character probably not. How about a character that uses a spear as the main one? Since the first version used someone to throw spears. Now, this is probably going to have swappable weapons. It could start with a spear, and that could be like a specialty thing. Maybe he gets pros for spears. But like with this, I expect you'll be able to use a squirrel. Could we play as a squirrel tree guy? No, though, if possible, we've talked about mentioning him because this is about 20, 30 years prior to doing a Curse Streamer. So we could have a younger version of him. We joked about him still being old, though, because he's a really old man. So yeah, for what I want to do, now, I have an idea about what's going to happen in the world, and the story of the world's sake. The story from the player's perspective, I haven't really figured out yet, and I don't think it's going to be that important. So that's something we could talk about today. It's just going to be like this game doesn't really focus on that. Its focus is more on the world and the combat. Yes, Rupert was born 75 years ago. I feel like he's probably older than 75, probably. You forgot his name. His name is Rupert. I thought it was a cute name. A cute name for a grumpy old man. But no, I don't think we'll play as him. I don't know that we'll connect this player to anybody in Zoe and a Curse Streamer. That said, one of the things I was thinking of is that it is quite possible we could revisit this character. I had a few ideas for that. Like, especially if we do some sort of off-the-wall character. Like maybe a mole. Like we've talked about before. One of the things that this game focuses on is the origin of magic. And so, like, as you progress through the game, like things start to becoming more and more mystical. And so maybe you started out as like a regular animal, like a regular mole. And then you experience all this crazy stuff happening. And then the game could be about you dealing with that kind of thing. And so we could play around with that in the Zoe and a Curse Streamer and make it so that like you encounter this character like a secret sort of character. Maybe something we might do. But first let's get the character and then we'll figure out if it would fit into Zoe and a Curse Streamer. I don't want to force it if we don't have to. Okay, serious question. How do you find out what specs your computer should have to run the game you're making? I don't know. That is something I actually would like to know as well. And it's something I do plan to look into at some point because I don't know how they do it. I don't know. I have no idea, but I imagine it's something we need to find out. What about the character being Teddy as a kid from Zoe and a Curse Streamer? Well, this is going to be a combat-heavy character. This person's going to be, he wouldn't really fit Teddy's style. Let me bring him. I'm going to put this on its own layer. Howdy, Devonish. Devonish. That's a fun name to say. No matter how you say it, it's fun. I want to say new player. Keep on trying. Just keep trying on worse and worse hardware until it catches fire. There you go. Or better and better until it runs. Avoid fire, kids. Oh, I feel like The smart thing would be able to say yes, but then again, I was a pyro as a kid, so fire is fun. Still enjoy it. I wouldn't, whatever. He's a lot taller than I expected. So I want to move him up here. I kind of want to do a short bearded guy, just for fun, and it goes kind of compared to me, but I'm alright with that. Like more so than Teddy, maybe. We'll see. Okay. So yeah. I do think I want to go for like what comes to mind. I don't know why this comes to mind, but I keep thinking about the hiker from the Pokemon games. So that's kind of the thing I have in mind, but maybe like more scruffy, like an outdoorsman. Like I don't know. We'll figure it out. Can you teach me English? I don't think it's really the stream for that. You're probably better off going online lessons for that. Hello, how's it going? I really want to join the jam, but I recently got my first developer job. Nicely done. So I'm kind of busy. Good luck with the participants. Thank you. Or good luck to the participants. Thank you very much. And good luck with your job. That's cool to hear. Make the character Truffles. We've talked about Truffles being referenced. Well, it's 20, 30 years prior. Truffles isn't quite that old. We've talked about him, maybe an ancestor of the Truffles. One of the things we talked about was maybe a regular pig gets hit by this magic stuff, and he's like Truffles' grandparent or something like that. So that's absolutely something we can play with. We're going to be doing a few things today, most likely. Depends on how this one takes to do, because I don't know what I want to do with this one, and so it's probably going to take a little bit. And I'm very rusty with my character work as well, so we'll have to deal with that. Oh, and for this character, like I don't know what would make him exciting, which is what I want to figure out. I want the player to be fun. I want to have a fun idea. Like we have all these really cool like enemies that we tend to come up with on these streams. So we got to do the same for the player. Like with this guy, I drew something easy. That would be easy for me to animate. With this one, now that I've gotten a little better, I want to take it to the next level a little bit. But we have to make him interesting. Now I have to remember not to draw arms on him, because we do have to do the floaty hand thing again, because the combat's going to work exactly the same. A magical pig would look like a chicken nuggets from Has-Been Hotel. I don't get the reference. What kind of game is this going to be? It's going to be sort of like a top-down Metroidvania-ish. Like imagine Hollow Knight meets Legend of Zelda, but not so much focused on puzzles. That's the idea. Like a Metroidvania that's one explorable dungeon. I think that'll be fun. Oops. Like a Legend of Zelda game that's one explorable dungeon and not so focused on puzzles. Which will be the big thing. I'm going to keep pointing that out because I'm not interested in doing a lot of puzzles. The silhouette's boring. I don't know how to spice it up. I'm going to move on for a second while I think about this. Let's do something a little fun. What about Truffles' grandparent? Let's imagine that. What would be unique about Truffles' grandparent that we could try to put into the sprite? Because he'd probably become a bipedal pig. Is big. We could. That is an interesting way to go about it. We could make him a lot bigger, like a bodybuilding pig. What would that look like? Let me look up some references. I think that's one of the reasons I'm off to a bad start, is because I don't have any good references right now. So, what I'm gonna say buff pig. See what we get for that. And I'll pull up my references so y'all can see what I'm looking at. Buff pig. Oh, we've got, okay. This is something we could play around with later. It's not a pig. Oh, come on now. But it would be a fun thing. Imagine like a scruffy haired hamster or whatever that, a guinea pig. It's got anime hair. What is this thing? This is something I think we need to add to the game. Whatever that is. Oh, there's this. It's all guinea pigs. It's no regular pigs. Angry pig. Let's look at that. Egg has taken over the stream. Let's not spam egg. You about to summon Morero. I'm surprised it's not here already. What if Truffle's grandparent has a bird friend? That could be fun. Let me get my stream notes out and we'll take a note of that. So, Truffle's grandparent. What is the pig lifestyle? How long do pigs live? I would like to do it a little closer. Like if we could do Truffles' his father, that would be interesting, I think. Because we could explore, like, maybe make a reference to Truffles' mother. I think that would be sweet. It's 15 to 20 years. This is... Oh, it would be right on the edge, wouldn't it? Like, jeez, that'd be stretching it. Maybe magic extends his life. We'll have to see. What happened to Fox Pet? This is Fox Pet's still a thing. I just haven't added him into the devlogs, and he didn't have a space for him into the demo. I was going to add him, but I didn't really have a place for him. It's Fox Pet's still fine, so I wouldn't worry about it. Boar would actually work though as an ancestor to Truffles. Now this is not a really far off ancestor. This is like I'm thinking like his father or grandfather. Hello, Endeavor of Game. How are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. Having to warm up my artistic character drawing stuff. It's been a little rough. I'm trying to get an angry pig. Oh, look at this cutie. Such a cute pig. We're looking at buff pigs. That's the logo. I don't know if I want to do that one. We're looking at buff pigs that we can maybe use for this. I don't know why that pig has wings. And now I'm getting a lot of pigs from Angry Birds. Just give me a couple more. Let me look up cartoon pig. Buff pigs. That's what we're going to try to do. I drew, actually. Let me show y'all. I drew... I drew a pig a long time ago. It was one of the first enemies I tried to draw for the game. Art. Characters. This is a really, really old one, though. Like, when I first started getting, like, my style down. Oops, not there. There. So, we drew that. It was going to be a pig in the... there's going to be, like, a gang member, and, like a group of pigs called the Hogskins. That were some weird stuff. But yeah, we could use that for inspiration. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. My characters were still small before they gradually got bigger and bigger. What if he had a bird attack with him? He'd get his speed. Now I don't want to do too much work. Having like a separate bird would be a lot of work. And I'm already behind schedule. So we want to keep things simple. So, and now if we do a pig, I do want to do a short pig. Like a big, broad, short pig. So what if we get his head here? Give him a wide stance. With big, broad shoulders. No, arms is going to be tough. So I have to remember that. How do we give him big, broad shoulders if we can't give him hands? It's a tough question. One of the quests, it's going to be tricky. I especially always have that issue with, like, when I draw the player, I try to draw, especially with front facing the player, it looks so weird without his arms, so it's hard to get a good silhouette. So this is going to be tricky. Well, I think we're going to have to give a lot of characters to his feet, maybe. And just sort of make him very top heavy. Like, oops. Like, these are just his shoulders, but they don't have any hands attached to them or anything. Very tricky. And I want him to be very big and buff, which is, we'll see. Have you tried making a horse? I don't think I've ever drawn a horse. It's something I should do at some time. But no, I ain't never drawn a horse. Minotaur would be fun. They only take damage from charging into walls. That sounds very cliche, though. If I was like, when I tend to approach character design, I try to do something unique about them that doesn't just make them another iteration on that. Oh. So if I were to do it in Minotaur, I would absolutely not make it like he charges into walls and stuff, because that's expected. Okay, now we have. I need to give him. I don't think pigs. I think it's boars that have the tusks, right? So that's gonna. I mean, we'll just ignore that and give him tusks. It's gonna look like a mustache. Okay, Minotaur that uses a big spoon. That's his buff, and he can fly. That's random though. That's extremely random. I think the Minotaur is basically a brute. Yeah, basically a brute. Usually, that's the fun thing. Like we don't have to make a Minotaur a brute. We'll take some ideas on this. We might, because we're probably going to end up drawing some enemies next week. So we can take some Minotaur ideas. Minotaur sounds good though. I'm going to, but I want to do it like I said. I want to do something different with it. Minotaur. Like maybe a mage Minotaur. Like a sort of a shamanesque type of Minotaur. And you have to think of ways you could make that cool. I bet that's already been done before. What if we do a Minotaur player? That's a possibility. Minotaur. I don't know if I'm spelling that right. Mage. That's in maze. I didn't say maze. Oh, that's useless. Yeah, completely useless. Oh well. A friendly Minotaur. That's absolutely could do that. Minotaurs could be friendly. I don't know that I'm going to do a lot of NPCs for this game. So. Okay. Let's try and get this figured out. Now I do. I want to give him big floppy ears, so like just the biggest floppy ears, I think. Okay. What kind of clothing will he wear? Because I think the clothing is going to be especially important for his character design. A librarian Minotaur. Interesting. Now with now just doing the what is it called? Just subverting expectations isn't enough either. It'd be nice if we could find like a connection for a reason for subverting. But a librarian Minotaur could be cool. Librarian Minotaur. But unless you have something that really goes, oh, that's clever, then it's slightly more interesting than a brute Minotaur. Same for the mage one. The mage one doesn't really have anything clever about it. Minotaur was big brain and loves myths. Nice. The character would wear a toga. A land shark with really muscular cursed legs. Yo, that's not bad. Land shark with buff legs. I like that. Why don't you try to make an underwater level with the shark's enemies? Now, with this top-down game, underwater level is not going to be as fun, I don't think. There will probably be some water elements. Like, I was playing around with water stuff here. So there'll probably be some, like, water stuff that we can play around with. But you're probably not going to go underwater, personally. Why does Truffle's grandfather silhouette look like he would fist fight people or be in a fighting game like Street Fighter? That's kind of what I'm going for. I'm going for like he's very, very big and buff, like a fighter kind of, like a see. So that's what I'm going for. Sort of like he woke up one day Like, he was a normal pig at first, and then he woke up one day, and here we are. Maybe. And it's going to be tough, like, because, like, that's his shoulders, you know. We're going to have to give him a big upper body to convey that he's buff, but he ain't going to have hands, so he's going to be, or attached hands, so he's going to be like that. That's more like, oops. I have to get rid of that R button. When for the really old people of the streams know that I tend to hit R when I mean E, so that's a bit of a hassle. Can I go ahead and do that? I bet I can. Keyboard shortcuts. Let's see, what is R? If I, I'll tell you what I can do. Let me look at eraser, and if I can do can I do an Alt one? Yeah, I think so. Let's give it R. Okay. So now I should fix that. Nope. I tried. Why didn't you do it? Just give me 1 second. I'm gonna look. Oh, it's. Because I really don't like the arc. There we go. Wait, no, that's it. Never mind. Why? I don't see it anywhere else. Oh well. We'll just have to deal with it. I'll look at for it off stream or whatever. Wait, I made an enemy already like this. Nice. Like what? So that's it's gonna have his arms like that right there. And so he's got a massive back arch. Is that too much? Too little? I kind of like it though. Okay. All right. Let's get going. I want to try to see if I can bring the ears out in the silhouette more. Can I do that? It would be so big. Okay, his other tusk will probably be around in here. I think that's fine. Let's get going. Okay. I don't have any good pinks, so these probably won't match up too perfectly. I have that mushroom, and I don't want to change yet. We'll see. We'll use these pinks to start with. I don't think we're going to stick with them. Probably use the skin color. I'll have to figure out what skin colors I want later. Might be what we do here. Might be the perfect time to do that. So we'll start with the pink though. Get that going, and then we'll do the tusk. We're just gonna be throwing down colors right now. I don't have a lot of colors that would really go well with this, but we can figure all that later. Right now, I just want to get the shapes down and figure out what all this looks like. Maybe the main character, Pig Boy, has the ability to burrow for treasure. It's a good idea. Now keep in mind, Truffles has no sense of smell. It would be funny if maybe it's a hereditary thing. We'll see. That's something we could play around with for fun, though. Let me pull up Truffles so we know what this looks like. So we have like a reference for Truffles. There he is. Such a cutie. Oh, oops. Now it's probably gonna look really weird. I might steal some colors from here and move it over, because it's gonna look really weird here. Yeah. Ooh. Okay, so I'm gonna steal Truffles color and add them to our palette. Namely these two specifically. The browns we probably don't need. Okay. That is a little off. See if we can find a different color for that, or if we have to steal it as well. What does it look like here? Very pinkish. Okay, we can probably use this then. I think that looks good. All right. Yo, it's a piggy boy. It's a piggy boy. This is his. This is his boxing father. He's a Golden Glove fighter. Oh. What if he uses his tusks like those water diviners that can find water with sticks? That's certainly an idea we could play around with. Oh. Uses tusks for divining. Well, he's standing on 2 feet. Yes, this is going to be due to magic or whatever. Oh, due to magic or whatever, he's affected by this, and so like, I guess he gets with a non-magical pig, and then that becomes truffles. Then I mating, yeah, that's the origin of truffles. Let's go ahead and. Okay. This is not the same people though. Boxing gloves that shoot fireballs. we do have a need. We could have like a boxing glove weapon. Because with this game, I'm absolutely down with just being silly about it. Zona Curse Streamer is a lot more serious. It's got a lot more serious tone. With this game, I'm absolutely down for just being a little very like, extremely silly. It's not a problem. Now with Zona Curse Streamer, there is still a lot of silliness to it, but with this, I'm up for just going down all the way with it. Boxing glove weapon. Now we'll have to keep in mind the way that'll work out with stuff like if we do multiple players, like multiple characters. We'll have to figure out how that works logistically. Now with these, that's his hands there. Might have to push things around a little bit, but that's the idea. Alright, let's give him a bit of under the chin. We need to give him some kind of apparel. I don't know what yet, though. He's built, boys. Okay, and then we'll give him some hoofies. He can time travel and summon truffles for backup as an ability. No, it's a little too off the wall. And time travel is a tricky thing to write stories for. Give him a red vest. Maybe. I think we'll give him a little tank top or something. We gotta give him a big belt as well. Now, do we try to explain how he got these clothes? Is it worth it? Let's see. The trouble with the clothes is he's losing a bit of his pose a bit. It's unfortunate. Let's give him some dark pants. He beat down a couple. So he's just the worst, huh? Okay. Give him some dark brown eyes. How do we want to do his eyes? Do we want to give him just like truffles? And then a little white there. Oh. The clothes kind of makes it look like the player character. I don't think so. I think the clothes a bit different. I do want to close that off a bit though. And add a bit of shading. Like I said, the colors ain't there. I have to play around with the colors a bit. I didn't when I made these colors. They were meant for more environmental stuff and for like vibrant caves and stuff. When the clothes, I think I tend to use a lot of desaturated stuff with the clothes. So we'll have to see. Especially that red. That red is pretty saturated. What did I even use the red for? Am I using it for anything? Because a lot of time, like I went and made some colors and I never like really worked with them for anything. So let's see if it's used here. I don't think it is. If so, we can tweak it to make it work. Yeah, okay. We're going to tweak this color then. Because it is very, very red. He was the type of dad that went to buy milk and never came back. No, he's not. He's not a bad guy. Jeez. Oh. It's gonna be difficult. I'm trying to convey the buffness through the shirt, but it's gonna be tough. Let's go and start playing with this. Let's see what we can do. I do want to bring it down a bit. Maybe. Is it not? Is it locked? Trying to figure out a good color for using for clothes, because I'm probably going to use red a good bit for clothing. If either he's wearing glasses or he has a unibrow, yeah, I gotta play around with the eyes for a bit. It's very highly contrasted. I ain't done the ears yet. The ears is gonna be funny. Unibrow. Well, I mean, I could space the eyes. That's one of the things I'm thinking of. Now, I'm probably not going to go with the eyebrows, because what I tend to do with enemies is I use eyebrows. And then everybody else just has regular brows. But I want him to look grumpy. So we'll have to figure that out. So I tend to do a specific thing for eyebrows. Oh. But now, Lafo is like that. He has a unibrow. I don't think he does in his character art. I have to see. If so, we might fix that when we get back to Zona Curse Dreamer. No, he does. Look at him. Oh, whoops. I didn't know I gave my unibrow. Oh, that's terrible. Happy worm enemy, yeah. And now with that worm, I was thinking I'm probably going to cut the stocking off a bit. Something I want to play around with. So maybe like, I ain't going to get too much into this, but oops. Now also wrong layer. It's a sort of cut it off a bit like that. It's quit. Quit. So something like that, maybe. I think that looks cooler. Yeah. Earthworm Gem in me. Yeah. For those who didn't catch the stream last week, we talked about a sock puppeteer, and he controls enemy. He's controlling miners with sock puppets, and so there's these worms that he controls with sock puppets as well. So that's why there's a sock on that worm. All right. Well, now that I think about it, though, that might be read a little poorly. Well, sock puppet worm. Yes. All right. So he does look a little sketchy as a character, don't he? As good as he does. This one. Let's get his, let's get rid of that. Let's figure out his ears first. I want to try to make them just big. Might have to offset this one a bit. What is the pig guy going to do in the game? The pig guy is going to be potentially one of the possible players that you can play as. Maybe. Now, like I said, like at the start of every stream, streams aren't canon. He may not be a character. It's just we're in the designing process of trying to figure out what the character might be like. And so what we're thinking of doing is maybe having multiple possible characters, like maybe Enter the Gungeon does, I believe, where you can pick a different characters. We probably might do something like that because the character's not really important, so I don't have to focus, on who they are. It's more about the world and the combat. Give him a black eye. That would be interesting. I do think I want to make his hands bigger. I think making his hands bigger might really sell the fact that he's just a massive guy. Or maybe maybe I do it 3x3. I need to look for the player in Zoe and the Curse Streamer. But I think that helps a bit. I think we can, I thought it was a bit too much, but I think we might be able to actually broaden his shoulders more now. Doing the color work sort of lost a bit, cover it, by broadening his shoulders back more. So, let's go like that, and give him a bit more here as well. Yeah, not bad. Hey, finally caught a stream. Welcome to the stream, bud. Snake, gentleman, class win. It's random. He really reads like Tom Hardy from the Bronson, with the broad shoulders and tusks that read like a mustache. Is that who I'm thinking of? There's a character I'm thinking of, not a character. No, not Tom Hardy. I've seen an image of like, I think it might even be a meme of this sort of manly looking boxer type of character. And I think you often see it with like, I don't know how to put it, but he's got like that kind of mustache. I know what you're thinking of. Gotiff, is that what it is? Well, I don't know what it is. Anyway. But yeah. Goated. Man, he's looking buff. That's what we're going for. We're going for a buff-looking pig, and we're sort of leaning towards maybe like a boxer style guy. That's sort of the inspiration for this character. Let's get a bit darker here. Give him a good fighting pose. Maybe bring that arm up a bit. Looks good, I think. You know what? Forget I said that. All right. He should have big, cute eyes. His head's not big enough for it. Unless we make the head bigger. We might do that. I'll have to play around with it. That, yeah. Okay, let's try and give him some big eyes. No, that won't work. It takes away a lot of the style that we're going for here. So, what kind of eyes can we give him then? Hmm. You know what? I think that works. Okay. Now, his face seems very broad. Is that just me? It makes him look like he's leaning forward. Can we pull it back about? Oh, that's interesting. We can make it look like a hand there. Interesting. I like the sense of him kind of leaning forward, makes him look aggressive. So we'll go back to that. Okay. Let's probably bring that hand back forward then. Something like that. Okay. Probably going to see if we can bring this back a little bit. That's a special ability, making the top of his head slide backwards. Not much, man. He should be the really buff, but actually nice guy. We could do that for sure. We do that a lot, though. Now, keep in mind this is Truffle's grandfather, so we have to think of some fun ways to incorporate that. Like maybe he's a very supportive father. And what happens to him in Zone of Curse Dreamer? Do we want to get sad with it? Let me do a bit of that. Take it easy, tequila. He should be a Centaur big? No, I think we got him good here. I think he's good. I don't like the tusk color. I might have to change that about. Oh, let's see if we can give him some markings. So make sure he's really incorporated with it. Does that work? Yeah, we'll keep it off. Only the ears, maybe. Maybe we'll just give him that ear. Maybe a tip of the ear here. That ruins the readability. How about that? His tusk mustache used to make them straighter and thinner. No, I intentionally made him look like mustache. It kind of reminds me of like the old Golden Gloves boxer. Let's see if I can find an image of it. But it is very much intentional. I probably need to play around with the outline a bit though. It's hard to read. Probably give it a bit of shading, maybe. Now I keep saying Golden Glove boxer. I don't know anything about it. I don't know what Golden Glove boxer means, so I'm probably very wrong. Vintage boxer. Yeah, it sort of reminds me of this guy. Kind of what I'm going for, except I'm thinking of a more buff person. But yeah, that right there is my inspiration for that. For this character, kind of. A shirtless pigman? We might go shirtless. I think that could be fun. We'll see. Let's make a copy. Let's see. Just copy that out. Yeah. I don't know. He kind of looks like a troublemaker now. Thank you. I learned a lot from you. Thank you. I'm glad you learned. He looks drunk. He looks. I don't know. You roll up into the wrong neighborhood. He does. He looks like a little troublemaker. I'm going to keep it for the laughs, though. But I don't think we're going to use it, maybe? or maybe, or maybe, or maybe this is a specific thing that happens. like a rage ability where he just rips his shirt off. Maybe. Hold on. I'm gonna make a note of it. The belly button is powerful. It wasn't intended to be a belly button. It was meant to be like his pectoral muscles. But a belly button does sound fun. Let's see if we can really. There you go. And then we'll add a bit of this to go with it. Perfect. Ship it. There you go. If he rips his shirt when he gets into adrenaline mode. That's what I'm thinking. Like some kind of rage mode where he just rips his shirt off. Now, this is very extremely silly. Maybe a little too silly. So I wouldn't get your hopes up too much. But if nothing else, it could be a fun enemy at some point. Maybe. I don't know if it'll be a player, but we'll find out. But I don't know. I think he could be a fun player. What to say? I want to do more with his clothing though. I'm gonna have to look at some other games and see what kind of clothing things they do. What makes him unique? Because he's very simple. I'm very simple with clothing because I don't know much about clothing. I haven't studied much of it. But Pig rips his shirt off when enraged. Give him a tattoo. I don't think we have enough room for that kind of thing. Oh, let's see. My both being savage. Can we have a shirtless pigman meme in the community? Honestly, I can already see it being a thing. I kind of wonder if they're even talking about it in the Discord. Oh. It's been quiet today though, so possibly not. Doesn't look like it. Oh well. But yeah, more than likely it'll be a meme in the community. Okay, so that's not too bad. Not too bad at all. I think I want to make him... we don't have a darker color for that. How about this? Oh, I want to fix that tusk a bit. Okay. Okay, so I want to do for like, let's see. What if we give it a bit of an outline here? Might make it pop too much. Yeah. Tank top floor. You find a tank top item. Oh, Shuffles adopted no. He's not adopted. I don't like that color for the shading. I'll probably have to make another like this, but like darker. Like that, maybe. Okay. All right. Oops. Not like that. Maybe a non-binary pig. No. That's random. Let's see. I don't like that tusk color though. I don't feel like playing with it though. Yeah, here I am playing with it. Oh, I don't know. We'll figure it out later. I'm going to move on. What time are we at? I don't feel like it's been that long. Only an hour. Maybe slightly darker tusk. I think we do need to do that because it's not contrasting well. That's a good point. What color are we using for this? This one here. I don't think this will work, but let's make this. Use this color. We're gonna copy this one. Go darker with it, but more desaturated. I don't want it to be very saturated. I don't want to get too dark with it though. Maybe lighter. I tell you what, I need to look at regular tusks to get an idea, because I don't even know what regular tusks look like. So, boar. Yeah, they're darker than I thought they would be. They don't contrast that great either, according to these images. They're kind of oranges though, some of them. Let's try that. Let's try a bit more orange. Let's say non-binary people are random. Non-binary pig is random. Let's see. Try a bit of shading. Just a little bit. Because it should help with the contrasting a bit. Maybe I go lower with it. Did that? Curious why I didn't move all that. Oh, it's because of the background. Okay. Where do I want to put that? I guess here. Like that. This is why you have to use layers. Then I would be doing all that work with the layers. It was nothing for me to move that. It was very easy for me to move that scooter. Of course, you would be waiting in the shadows to comment about layers. Now it looks like a cheek shadow. Maybe let's keep going with it and see what we do. I think it looks better that way. Oops. I want to put. Yeah, it looks fine. Okay. Hmm. Now it looks pokey. It's... I don't like how it looks there. Maybe it's too big. I think that's fine. It's looking good though. I would make the whole tusk dark. The whole tusk dark and just use a 2x2 square with maybe 1 pixel for the highlight. I tend to avoid highlights in my stuff. Sort of what lends itself to my style is avoiding highlights intentionally. I think that's pretty good. I'm happy with it. Alright. So, we got the pig guy. We still got an hour to go. So if we can see if we can get any other ideas, that could be. This is good positioning, thank you. I think he looks really cool. I'm really happy with him. If he doesn't turn out to be the player, then he could absolutely be like an NPC or something. You like him? I like him too. I'm really happy with that. Oh, I wanted to try to give him a belt as well. See if we can do that without ruining anything. I wanted to give him a big, a big belt. What do y'all think? Belt or not? Or maybe we try to go here with the belt. Oops. The belly button still lives. Yeah, we got to keep the belly button. Boxer belt. That's what I was trying to do. Something like sort of that was what inspired the belt idea, but I don't think it's gonna pull off. I want to pull this back a bit though. Maybe. It's fine. All right. I'm happy with it. Maybe we give him. Do we give him a little buckle? Yeah, I think it works. Maybe use yellow for a sort of metal thing. Yeah, a little buckle. I think we got it. I love this guy. He's so cool. All right. Let's see if we can go back to this guy. At least idea-wise. So I don't know what to do with it. Oh, well. What if there's a character with a crossbow? Now, with this game, I expect you'll be able to swap your weapons out. We could have a character start with a crossbow, though, for sure. Now, one of the things I said was in Zona Curse Dreamer, I wanted to maybe avoid crossbows. If we do the crossbows here, we have to do crossbows in Zona Curse Dreamer. And, but we could have a hunter, like, start with a bow instead of a crossbow. It's an option. And we have, if we figure out how old Teddy and his wife are, what is it? Betty. Teddy and Betty. We could have Betty in here, maybe. A young Betty. Which she's already, I already imagined her as kind of young, though, so it may not work out. Let me look her right quick. So we have Betty. She's probably too young to be here, though. Give him brass knuckles. No. Maybe we'll have a brass knuckles weapon, though, that he could have. Oh. Let me pull up my stream notes. Brass knuckles. Weapons. Weapon for the piggy. What would that, if we were to draw it on him, what would that look like? Because would that show up well? Maybe make him a little stand out more. Oh. A little highlight. So stupid. Brass knuckles as an unlockable weapon. If 3 months is enough to make additional weapons. There's probably going to be like I said, this game is going to focus mostly on the combat elements, so there's probably going to be plenty of time for weapons. And it's not 3 months, it's actually, at this point it's more like 2 months. There's 2 months left. But I don't think, like coding wise, I don't think it's going to be a difficult game. Mostly art, which is what I've been doing. So I think we're good. Maybe. We'll have to see. Do the other one too. No, I do want to do this on a layer actually. Let me tell you what. Let me just copy that, and then we'll undo that. I'll put that on a new layer, so I don't have to redraw all the... This is one of the few times I like doing layers, Scooter. I bet you're about to pop up now. Goodbye, Husky Troop. Okay. Oh no, we did beefed it up a little bit. There you go. And what's is the skin contrasts differently though. If we lighten it up a bit. Well, with moving them around, it might be easier to see. We'll see. See, yes. We're gonna keep it off for now. All right. Punching, but better. There you go. Maybe Wolverine claws that poke out at the bottom. Oh. No. Well, let's see. We could spend the rest of the time looking at weapons we could do for this guy. How much time we have? Yeah. Well, we can plan out some different weapons he could use. What day is this? This is like, I think it's like really close to day 30, if not day 30. Yeah, I do believe it is day 30 today. Yep. 60 days to go. Give him a cool chain. Sure. Oh, man. Let's do this on another layer. Because I don't know that I'll keep it. If nothing else, we'll do it for fun. I didn't expect him to be just the worst. Yeah, that doesn't really contrast well. Let's do this one. And I did this for highlights. There you go. Yo, why he balling though? We're just getting silly with it. Might as well have fun with it. I don't know that we'll keep it as a main player, but hey, it's fun. And if nothing else, he could be a fun, especially like we definitely got to have him in the Zona Curse streamer. As funny as he is, give him a Gucci hat. No. What is the name of the game? Bacon Brigade. The game doesn't have a name yet. I'm going to figure out all the story and stuff, and then start worrying about the name. There's still, let's see, we're just doing this character now. Probably do some enemies next week, and hopefully, I keep saying this, but hopefully we'll have enough art and stuff to start doing videos. Bacon Brawler. No. One of the things we are going to do for sure is it has to have the and the in it. We're going to use that for sort of to represent the games that take place in the land of Amora. Is we'll have the and the so and the Curse Streamer, Marty and the Eldritch Horror. Oh, and it's quite possible that this guy isn't going to be the only main character, so we probably can't have him have the name be based on him completely. Give him an eye patch? No. I think he's good the way he is now. I think we're going to leave it alone. Alright. A playable Snailman. Ooh, oh, that's a cool idea. I don't have time to draw that out, but absolutely. That could be a lot of fun. We have to figure out what kind of people they are. Because, now we do know that one of the things we've talked about in the Discord is that snails don't like magic. They're very anti-magic. We could find out why through the snail character. Maybe that specific thing happened. Very interesting. Bacon and the Blessed beat him up. No. Too silly. Okay. Let me just highlight this guy for a second. Oh. Yeah, we'll leave it for now. Because I want to move that around a bit. Okay. Let's play around with some weapons that you could have. Like I said, we're going to have different kind of characters, but we could have unique weapons. Somebody said sort of Wolverine-ish claws could be interesting. I don't think it would be used, but we can still take a look at what that might look like. Kind of makes me think of the claws on Terraria, the Shroomite Diggers. I think there was a character in what was it called? Dynasty Warriors that had claws like this. Could be fun. So you play as a few different characters that unlock through the game. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about doing. Sort of going like into the dungeon with it, where they have a few characters you can pick from. That's quite a possibility. And that way we can make it clear that the player themselves isn't really important. But the cool thing about that is at the same time is we could, that player, we could experience the world through them. Like I said with the snail people, we could find out why they don't like magic. Maybe we have different origin stories. Not really origin. I don't want to get too deep into it, but something we can play around with. So long as we keep it simple. Especially for because this, I'm expecting this to be a very quick game development wise. I don't want to get too deep into all that kind of stuff. It's just meant to be fun. But absolutely, we could do something like that. But I think we got what we need here. It's extremely early for what we usually do, but I think I'm going to go ahead and call it because I don't see us getting a whole lot more done. So, thank y'all for watching the stream. Hope y'all take it easy. Of course, anyhow, see y'all later.